Hi, really good to see you all again. Thank you for tuning in with me for Lesson 4, Elementary Ages Mindfulness. So by now you might be really missing your friends, finding things to do at your house, and maybe you're having a good time, maybe sometimes you're not having a good time. Mindfulness can really help us when we're struggling. And so I hope that you practice some of this on your own and follow along with me. So before we get started, let's do our breathing with the Hoberman sphere. And let's just go ahead and we'll breathe in. Nice big belly breaths, and then out. And breathe in, nice big deep breath all the way in. Hold it for a minute and then out. Let's do another one of those. Breathing in deeply. Let your belly really get big and fill up with air in your chest. And then you can let it go. So you can put your hands back in your lap and just notice how that felt. Sometimes it kind of feels like an internal massage where you're just letting your air get really big and filled up and puffy like a puffy fish. I like the way that feels a lot in my body. And we can do that. We can just breathe like that. Great big belly breaths whenever we feel like we need to do it. So things that we've talked about in this series is the anchor breath. So here's my anchor. Here's my boat. And we talked about how when we focus on an anchor breath or an anchor of some sort, it can help us just stay put. Not get all carried away with our worries and our frustrations and our thinking, all of that stuff. Instead of the boat just floating off down the stream somewhere, it can just stay put. And sometimes it's really nice for us to be able to stay put and anchored while our mind might be going crazy or our emotions might be going crazy. We know we're okay because we can just focus on our anchor and stay calm in the storm. We also know that not only can you have an anchor breath, like your belly or your chest, or maybe feeling the air in your nose, but instead you could also feel your feet on the ground. You can feel how they tingle and they pulse if you really, really focus on them for a little bit. So those are all anchors that anytime you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, you can just drop into your anchor and breathe. Even big belly breaths like we just did is a really good thing to do. So you just breathe in and you breathe out. So we also talked about our brain, how we have our prefrontal cortex here. This is our wise leader. See if I have my wise leader. The wise owl makes the good decisions for us, healthy, helpful decisions. And we also know that we have the sheriff in town who is represented, our amygdala. That's the fight, flight, or freeze part of our brain that tries to keep us safe. Although sometimes we flip our lid and we do and say stuff we wish we wouldn't have. And that's where breathing comes in. We can calm that amygdala down. The safety doesn't need to be there, and our wise owl can come back. And then we also learned about the hippocampus, which is backwards for you. Try reading that backwards. And we learned that that's our storage area where we can retrieve memories that we've stored. But if we flipped our lid, if our security guard is back in place again, it's going to guard us and protect us, but we also will have a hard time remembering what we need to. So we know every time we flip our lid, here we are with our security guard. And every time we notice we flipped our lid, that mindfulness part, and breathe, we can bring our wise owl back. So I really like that to know you have that choice. You notice you flipped your lid and you can just breathe and bring yourself back to your wise owl, the part of you that can make good decisions for yourself. So we're going to add one more piece into this today. because sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I can get carried away with worrying about things. Like maybe I worried about something that already happened. Like maybe I did something that I thought, oh, that was stupid. Why did I say that? Or maybe I'm worried about something that's going to happen. Like right now, we don't know what's going to happen. And it's really easy to get way worried about that and carried away like a snowball that gets bigger and bigger going down the hill. Mindfulness is really nice for that. So I'm going to use these monkeys, and they're going to be different kinds of thoughts we might have. So if I was with you in person, I would have each person think of a thought, any old thought that could be represented by this monkey. Like, for instance, maybe I have a thought of, what am I going to eat tonight? And then maybe the next person might have, I hope it's good. Or maybe the next person is, I'm worried when I'm going to see my friends again. And maybe the next person is also worried when they're going to see their friends again. And maybe we're worried because we got in a fight with somebody and we're upset. We can't stop thinking about it. Oh, that was a big one, because look at all the ones I just pulled out of the monkey jar. So notice how very, very quickly we can get this big string of worries going on that get out of control, and we start believing it all, and then we start acting on it, and then we start saying and doing things we wish we wouldn't have. With mindfulness, when we notice our thinking is getting a little crazy, let go. Let it go. And we come back to our breath, to our anchor. So every time we notice that we might have some crazy thoughts going on in our mind, we can let them go, just like with the monkeys, and focus on our anchor. That is really, really helpful to help calm us down. And it's so nice to know that we can do something to help ourselves when we're feeling upset and out of sorts. So we're going to do a little short practice to work with this. And this is a time just for you, so you can just notice and let go of those crazy monkey thoughts. So I'd like for you to just simply close your eyes, get in your mindful body, upright but not uptight. Feet are on the floor. You can close our eyes if you'd like, and take a breath in. So we're going to breathe in and feel the air as it comes in our body. And then we're going to let it go. And the next time we breathe in, we can feel our feet on the ground. And then we can let it go. The next time, maybe we can feel our hands in our lap. And we can let it go. Let's see if we can find our anchor place today. Let's experiment with either our nose. You can put your finger by your nose as you breathe in and out. Notice the sensations that are there. You can try putting your hand on your chest and notice that as you breathe in. Or you can put your hand on your belly. So with your eyes closed, experiment. Where can you feel your breath today? And once we find that spot, put your hand to show that you know where your anchor is, to help you remember. And let's take 5 mindful breaths together. Hand on your belly, chest, or nose. Breathing in and out. Notice the sensations as you breathe in and you breathe out. What's the temperature? Is there anything expanding or contracting? If you notice you have a thought or a worry that pops into your mind, just let it go, just like the monkeys. Just drop it back, let it go. Come back to your anchor. And that's what we do over and over and over again, is we just let it go and we come back to our anchor. Your feet, belly, chest, or nose. I hope that helps you feel calmer and a little bit happier. I hope you find some time to practice this the rest of this week. Remember, you can find a time, a place to do this, or whenever you notice that your thoughts are getting carried away and you're feeling kind of crazy or sad or angry or upset or any of those things, and you notice it snowballing with you, you can breathe. Let it go and give yourself 5 mindful breaths. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good day.